Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pada video kali ini kami ingin membentangkan project documentation site management field study yang mana akan disampaikan oleh saya sendiri, Muhammad Syafiq Imam bin Muhammad Zulkafli, dan rakan-rakan saya lain, Wan Muhammad Azhan bin Wan Saiful Bahari, Muhammad Faizuddin bin Samsudin, Nur Aidatul Syakila binti Rusli, dan Nur Akilah Imani binti Suhaimi. Okey, seterusnya kita pergi ke tajuk pertama kita, iaitu abstract. In documentation seems to be a Herculean task for a project manager. Project managers are often engaged in delivering high-end complex projects. They are supposed to produce expected deliverables by encountering triple constraints in a project. Hence, the job of a project manager is always challenging with managing lots of activities. With this busy schedule, project manager seldom appreciates documentation part of project management. But even then, a good project manager never strays from the documentation while managing a project nifty-gritty. Okay, next kita sambung kepada introduction kepada rakan saya yang seterusnya.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we would like to present our field study of site management. The title of the field study is Project Documentation. My name is Nur Akilah Imani binti Suhaimi, and I will start with introduction of project documentation. While construction is mostly thought of as arduous physical work, documentation serves as a vital element of a successful project. Documentation serves as a memory of the project. It serves as a record of all the actual happenings on the site at any given time during the course of the project. Documentation is the framework on which a claim is built. Hence, without it, you won't have contemporaneous evidence to prove a claim, and thus little chance of a fair outcome. When documentation is being talked about in construction, most people would think of time blocks, budget, bids, design, drawings, and minute of mating as the only documentation required in the field. Little did they imagine that even a simple missing screw from the inventory should be reported. Clients invest so much money in a construction project, so they want every single cent to be liquidated. They want every second to count, so they want detailed time logs of each worker, so they know that they are getting the value of their money. They want all the expensive equipment to go to proper use, so they want to see a summary of equipment schedules. They want to avoid delays and overruns, so they want to know every single issue accounted at the site. If this kind of transparency isn't delivered, then that is when disputes arise that may lead to litigation. This is why project documents are kept on contemporaneous basis to provide a permanent record of detailed construction, review, and analysis of events and actions of the project. The loss of the destruction of project documentation is the destruction of evidence, and this will severely handicap the impact party, which is oftentimes the contractor or the subcontractor, in presenting its case to the trier of fact. It is essential industry practice and standard internal corporate policy for construction companies to maintain a project documentation system, where the most reliable in these present times is the use of construction project management software. Additionally, proof and organized documentation is needed throughout the project, so that it will be easier to look through the files needed times of assessment with the client or when litigation arises. Remember that your construction documents will help you present a persuasive case and are critical to resolving disputes in two ways. The first one is documentation provides a contemporaneous record of the actual happenings throughout the project. And the second one is documentation provides a contemporaneous record of the position of the party regarding the particular event being questioned. In order to have an effective and manageable document management system, it's important to anticipate what parties and documents will be involved. Parties may include owners or developers, architects, engineers, general contractors, subcontractors, suppliers, inspectors, lenders, and others. Relevant documents may include contracts or agreements, plans and specifications, drawing, schedules, insurance policies or programs, notice progress or inspection reports, draw requests and pay applications, change orders, permitting code compliance and occupancy documentation, as well as communication. In summary, implementing a user-friendly document management system and ensuring it is complete with before, during and after the project can help to avoid many of the he said, she said scenario that occur during litigation. Next, I will go through with introduction about site that we have obtained from our senior. We have obtained the site to be used as our research for project documentation on site. The name of the project is Projek Menaik Taraf Sekolah Menengah Vocational Besut kepada College Vocational Besut, Terengganu. Clients for this contract was Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia, KPM. Original contract price was 11 and 550 million, and the current contract price also RM 11 and 550 million. History of company establishment. Best Hektar Sdn Bhd is a company that has been registered below Companies Commission of Malaysia (SSM) with business registration number 336327M and Malaysian Construction Industry Development Board (CIDB) with registration number 0120001010. The company began operation on 17 March 1995 until now. The form of business conduct by Best Hektar Sdn Bhd is property development. The company is located at nombor 9, 1 Jalan Wangsa Setia, 1 Taman Wangsa Melawati, 53300 Kuala Lumpur, Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Best Hektar Sdn Bhd only carry out construction of buildings.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Izzuddin Samsudin, and I'm going to talk about the objective and the scope of study of our project. There are three objectives in our project. First, duties or responsibilities of the site supervisor at the construction site. Second, to identify information on how to carry out the project on the site according to the time and date that's set by the schedule. And third, prove work on the site according to the specification, payment, order, receive, and handle the material. Okay, that's all for objective. And next, for the scope of study. Scope is an important factor in determining the limits of product. We have three scopes. And the first, record daily project activities in the site diary and organize the work of craftsmen and construction workers. Second, regulate work on the site, control and check the quality of work. Third, supervise the work in terms of construction method, installation method, finishing and receiving goods on site, and arrange storage and records. Okay, that's all from me. Next.
My name is Nur Aidatul Shakila. I will present about research of method and Gantt chart. For research of method, the purpose of this field study is to relate the objective and result from this field study. There are a few methods that can be used to do this research. First, interview. Interviews are usually carried out in person. Example, face-to-face. Due to the pandemic coronavirus, this is COVID-19, interview had to be done online by using Google Meet and WhatsApp. This interview was conducted with the companies such as contractor, site supervisor, and others. Second for research method is questionnaire. Questionnaire are a good way to obtain information. We use questionnaire as our guide line to obtain more accurate information about labor management at construction site. Third is internet. The internet is used as secondary resource to understand more about the research conduct. This method is intended as a proof of support and expedites the method for obtaining more detailed information about construction documentation. For Gantt chart, first, division of group members and specifies a group title. We do it at week 1 and discussion by Puan Hakimah. Third, we have selection of mentor from lecturer and create group WhatsApp and Telegram. So fourth, understand the assignment and make the introduction and objective. And 5, we find information in books and internet. And 6, we are preparing a question for we ask to our supervisor. And 7, we have prepared a proposal report and PowerPoint. And for week 10, we have presentation a proposal and submit the report.
Next is questionnaire. Personal information. Name is Adam Fahmi bin Abdullah. Gender male. Race Malay. Age 27 to 31. Experience 5 year. Position site supervisor. Next is survey question. Objective 1. Duty or responsibility of the site supervisor at construction site. What is the importance of the site supervisor's job? The importance of the site supervisor job is to ensure that construction project meet design, specification, budget and safety, to ensure teamwork together to deliver quality work to stretch deadline. Next question is what is necessary to do site supervision? To reduce material wastage, to recommend change to construction operation or produce to increase efficiency. Third question, what tasks will the site supervision perform? First, inspecting site regularly to identify and eliminate potential safety hazard, supervising and instructing the construction worker as well as subcontractor. Fourth question, does the supervision of the site need to be done regularly? The answer is same like third question, inspecting site regularly to identify and eliminate potential safety hazard, supervising and instructing the construction worker as well as subcontractor. Next question is, as the site supervisor, what do you think about this task? Work as a site supervisor, while challenging as a site supervisor, you need to know all documentation to technical issue as well as mentally and physically strong to adapt to site environment. The objective is identify information how carry out a project on a site according to the time and date set by the schedule. First question is, why do we need to make documentation on a project? To provide useful about the use, operation, maintenance and handling. 2. The use of drawing, catalog, method statement, diagram and other hard or soft copy written method. Next question, do we need to plan every movement of all material? Can you explain in section? There were 5 critical M that need to be prepared before commission work on site. In section, there were 5 critical M need to be prepared for commission work on the site is money, management, material, machinery and manpower. Third question, who is responsible for disposing of construction waste? The responsible for disposing of construction waste is site supervisor, dumping location need to be executed with conscious before dumping any waste material. Next question is, who has role in ensuring that each progress in an activity going smoothly and correctly according to the set date? All technical teams should be work together and give any opinion to increase construction efficiency to ensure that the project done as per schedule. The last question is, will the project not be successful if it does not document a project? Yes, documentation we need as equal evidence that contractor follow all the rules and regulation from the contract. Documentation also we need as when audit authorities come for the company audit as a process to ensure that the company budget and management were on the right track. The last objective is proof work on a site according to spec, payment, order goods, receive goods and handle goods. First question, why is necessary to follow the correct spec when creating a project? Why necessary to follow the correct spec is to prevent construction failure resulting from improper use of material or produce of work. Next, how to order goods before the construction project start. First, find the brick supplier that meet any requirement as per specification and budget. Second, fill the form of materials submission to be endorsed by the architect. Third, print 10 sample of brick to tested at ICRAM. Compressive strength. If test will fail, step 1 had to be repeat. Fourth, calculate the quantity need to be used on site. 5, send a purchase order form from contractor to the supplier based on the quantity calculated early. 6, step, wait for the invoice from supplier to process payment. 7, process payment. 8-step plan for machinery and manpower for material handling upon receiving order from the supplier. And last one, upon receiving material, check the delivery order from the supplier to ensure that the received material were in good condition and follow the specification as per purchase order and catalog. Next question is, how to deal with the supplier to make a schedule for the goods sent to the site. First, please ensure the time of use of material required on the construction site. Second, building material order must be done as early as possible to prevent building material from running out of stock. Next question is, how does the storage material on the site? Cement storage liquid and enclosed room floor is high above the ground to keep the material from being damaged. Iron rod need to cover with canvas to cover the iron in order to slow down the rusting process. For small materials such as nail, wire finishing material, the use of suitable store is necessary to keep materials safe from damage and theft. The last question is, what is the appropriate time forward to receive goods from supplier? Please ensure that order form to the supplier is already submitted Next, a week before execute work, can ask the supplier to send the material. And the last one is discussion. The discussion is documentation for the construction site is very important, especially for the part that prove the material order, material spec, material receipt, material control, material storage, and finally the payment of the construction material to the distributor. In construction, the method of controlling material at the construction site must be done correctly and carefully so that the project can run smoothly without any interruption, such as material not reaching or damaged material, and so on. Supervisor is an important person in handling it. In construction, there were 5 critical M that need to be prepared before commission work on site. First, money. Second, management. Third, material. Fourth, machinery. And last one, manpower. Thank you. That is for me.
Okay, after that we go to conclusion in this documentation project. The conclusion from our study is that documentation is very important things in implementing a project. Documentation is very important in a construction project because it provides the memory of the project. Second, as we can understand that project documentation is applicable in all areas during a project. It covers all process phase. A project manager should always give due importance to good documentation. Third, project success is not only driven by preparing documentation at one time, but by keeping on updating, visiting, and revisiting them. Updating documents is also an essential part of a good documentation. So, in a nutshell, an alpha project manager never underestimate the importance of good documentation.